All right, everyone, get ready, because today we're going deep, diving into the world of plant power.
Plant power.
And yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Right.
Not talking about like the latest green smoothie craze.
No.
We're talking photosynthesis, the ultimate life hack, the one that's been quietly powering, well,
Everything.
pretty much everything around us since, well, forever.
It's true. Photosynthesis, it's way more than just one of those sciencey words you hear,
Right.
It's like the foundation of life as we know it.
Totally. And you know what? It's way cooler than we usually give it credit for.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, think about it. Ever had your phone die?
Oh, yeah.
At the worst possible moment.
The worst.
Total panic, right.
The worst.
Plants, they get it.
They do.
They feel that same drain. But here's the difference. They don't need to go hunting for a charger.
No.
They've got this built-in system, this photosynthesis thing.
It's true.
It's like sunlight is their power outlet, right?
Exactly.
Water and CO2, those are their ingredients.
Yeah.
And what do they get? Fully charged, ready to grow.
And what's amazing is that it's not just keeping the plants happy.
Right.
It's keeping us happy, too.
Exactly. And to think this whole thing basically boils down to turning sunlight into sugar.
It's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Maybe a little more complex than that.
It is a bit more nuanced, yeah.
So break it down for us.
So research tells us there are two major stages,
Okay.
right? First, you've got these things called photosystems, very originally named. Photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. I know, very creative, right? But think of them like specialized compartments inside the plant, places where they can capture that light energy.
Right.
Photosystem 2, that one goes first,
Right.
grabs that initial burst of sunlight, uses it to, get this, split water molecules,
Whoa.
releasing the oxygen that we breathe.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So that's where our oxygen comes from.
That's where it comes from.
Wow. Okay, so what about photosystem 1?
Photosystem 1, that's the follow-up, right?
Yeah.
Takes all that energy, converts it into a form the plant can actually use.
Ah, okay, so it's like
Imagine if you had raw sunlight,
right.
but you couldn't power anything with it directly.
Yeah, we need like solar panels to convert it.
Exactly. Photosystem 1, it's doing that conversion, but for the plant.
So it's like a two-step energy conversion. Exactly. Plants are way more high-tech than I thought.
Oh, they're way more sophisticated than we give them credit for.
Way more.
That they were magic. That happens in stage 2,
Okay, and what do we call stage 2?
the Calvin cycle.
The Calvin cycle. All right.
That's where the plant takes all that converted energy and uses it to build
Build what?
food,
Okay.
those sugars we were talking about.
Oh, right.
And here's the kicker. They use CO2 as a key ingredient.
Hold on, so they're taking in the stuff we breathe out,
I know, right?
CO2, and they're turning it into food for themselves.
It's the ultimate recycling program.
It's like turning trash into treasure.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see why we call this process essential.
It's essential for them, and it's essential for us.
So we've got these plants acting like little solar panels, converting sunlight into sugar, and honestly,
Yeah.
it's easy to think, oh, that's nice, keeps the plants happy, but it
Yeah.
goes way beyond that.
Oh, it's so much bigger than that. Yeah.
This is where things get really, really wild, because this plant power,
It doesn't stay put.
it doesn't stay put. It doesn't just stay in the plant world.
Exactly. Remember how we were talking about energy and how it gets passed along, up the food chain?
Right.
Well, when we eat plants,
Yeah.
or, we eat something that ate a plant,
Right.
we're tapping into that energy.
We are indirectly solar powered then, if you really think about it.
Essentially, yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Right. Sign me up for that energy plan.
Right. And that process, the one that lets us unlock that plant power, that's called cellular respiration,
Okay.
happening in our cells right now,
Wow.
breaking down those sugars,
Yeah.
releasing the energy.
So cell respiration, that's how we get to actually use the plant's hard work, basically.
That's it.
But what's going on in there? Do we have like tiny little solar panels in our stomachs or something? How does that even work?
Not quite, though. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Right.
Our cells, they're using oxygen to help break those sugars down.
Okay.
That's what lets them release the energy efficiently in a way our bodies can use.
Interesting.
It's like, how a fire needs oxygen to burn?
Yeah.
Kind of similar.
Hold on. Are you saying that the reason we breathe oxygen is to basically burn the sugars that we get from plants?
All connected.
It is all connected. That's amazing.
It's a cycle, this beautiful, intricate cycle, right?
Yeah.
Plants, They take in the CO2, they release the oxygen thanks to photosynthesis. We breathe in that oxygen.
Or we release
CO2 through cellular respiration.
like two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. Two sides of the same coin, each one totally dependent on the other.
Wow. Okay. This is really making me think differently about what I'm putting on my plate.
I can imagine.
Right. But it also just shows you how interconnected everything is.
Absolutely. And, that interconnectedness,
Yeah.
it becomes even more important to think about when we see this balance getting disrupted.
Oh, okay.
The article mentioned coral bleaching. Remember that?
Yeah, coral bleaching. Yeah, I've heard that term.
That's a stark example of how vital photosynthesis is for the whole planet's well-being.
Okay, but connect the dots for me, because I hear coral bleaching, I think damaged reefs. What's the link back to photosynthesis?
So coral reefs, those vibrant underwater cities, right?
Yeah, teeming with life.
They rely on algae.
Okay.
Algae that live inside them.
Inside the coral.
Inside, yeah. It's like these algae, they're the chefs, right?
Okay.
They use photosynthesis to create food for the coral.
Ah, so the coral's depending on them.
Big time. But as the ocean temperatures rise because of pollution, climate change, you name it.
Yeah, that's not that.
Those algae, they can't photosynthesize the way they need to.
Oh.
Because like if you had solar panel and it was just way too hot.
Right. It can't function.
It can't function well, exactly.
And so then the coral basically
They're losing their food source.
loses its food source, and that's how it starves eventually.
That's what happens.
Wow, that's heartbreaking. And a little terrifying, honestly. We started talking about phone batteries and plant power.
Right.
But it really is so much bigger than that.
It really is, yeah.
It's like this hidden network,
Yeah.
quietly sustaining life on Earth.
Quietly doing its thing.
Yeah, keeping everything going.
It's a beautiful thought, isn't it?
It is.
Every breath we take,
Yeah.
every meal, it all comes back to this incredible process.
It really did.
Easy to forget, when we're caught up in our day-to-day.
Right. Right.
But that connection is always there.
It really makes you appreciate plants a whole lot more.
I know, right?
Like, they're not just pretty decorations.
No, they're not. They're essential.
They're essential partners in all this.
Yeah, in keeping this planet livable.
Precisely. And that's why it's so important that we protect them, right?
Right.
The research, it talks about all these challenges that photosynthesis is facing now.
Yeah.
Pollution, deforestation, climate change, all of it.
It's a lot.
And it's not just bad news for the plants themselves.
Right.
It's disrupting that whole balance.
The whole ecosystem.
Yeah, ours included.
It's like a domino effect.
It is, yeah.
And we're all part of it.
We're all part of that chain reaction.
But knowing how important this all is,
yeah,
I feel like that gives us power to do something.
Absolutely.
To make a difference.
It's about awareness, right?
Yeah.
Once we understand how much our choices impact this whole process.
Then we can actually start making those changes.
Exactly, whether they're big or small.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So, we started off talking about phone batteries.
Plant power.
Plant power, right?
Yeah.
But it's really about recognizing how connected we are to nature.
It is.
And how what we do matters.
It all matters, even the small stuff.
Yeah, the small action.
It can have a big ripple effect.
Absolutely.
And you never know, maybe by learning more about how photosynthesis works,
yeah,
we might even find solutions to some of the big problems,
Right.
the ones facing our planet right now.
It gives me hope, honestly.
Me too.
That's a good place to end, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
So there you have it, everybody.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis, it's not just a science word.
It's a life hack.
The ultimate life hack. And maybe, just maybe, the key to a healthier, greener future for us all.
I like the sound of that.
Me too. And for everyone listening, if you want to learn more about this incredible process, we've got tons of resources linked in our show notes, so be sure to check those out.
Don't forget to look outside, too.
Yes. Get out in nature, enjoy those leafy green friends.
That's right.
And we'll catch you in the next deep dive.